Hello everyone, today I'm going to tell you a story about a young man of remarkable talent and bravery and a beauty queen of extraordinary charm. A match between two such outstanding individuals seemed nothing short of a fairy tale romance. But little did anyone know that behind their seemingly perfect marriage lay an astonishing secret. Han-jo Kim, now 41 years old, is a Korean-American spinal surgeon, a man belonging to society's elite class. In late 2020, he planned to surprise his wife with a special Christmas gift while she was away. However, while casually checking the computer, he stumbled upon a romantic message from another man addressed to his wife. The bold and intimate content of the message sent chills down his spine. The more he investigated, the more shocking the truth became. His wife wasn't involved with just one man. At that moment, Han-jo Kim realized that he had unknowingly been wearing a crown of betrayal for years. His wife was no ordinary woman. She had been crowned Miss Connecticut in 2011, and went on to represent the state in the Miss USA national pageant. During their 5-year marriage, she had always presented herself as a gentle, devoted wife, but in reality she was living a double life, working as a high-end escort, exclusively serving wealthy and powerful men. And this wasn't just a series of casual affairs. She had a regular clientele. No matter how he tried to rationalize it, Han-jo Kim couldn't understand why his wife would do such a thing. She had been betraying him for 5 years, yet money was certainly not the motive. As you know, doctors in the US earn a very high income, and Han-jo Kim, being an expert in his field, had never experienced financial struggles. If money wasn't the reason, was it because she didn't love him? That didn't seem to be the case either. From the moment they got together, they had shared countless sweet moments on social media, making others envious of their love. Many believed their marriage was one of the most perfect relationships in the world. So what was the real truth behind it all? Let's go back to the beginning and take a closer look at this dramatic story. In 2011, in the state of Connecticut, a beautiful young woman named Regina Turner confidently walked across the stage, basking in the spotlight. She had a tall, stunning figure, graceful curves, and long, dark brown hair that mesmerized those around her. Born into an ordinary family, little is known about Regina's childhood, except for one thing. She had always stood out for her beauty. Encouraged by family and friends, she entered her first beauty pageant and unexpectedly won the title of Miss Connecticut. This victory earned her a spot in the Miss USA national pageant. Although she didn't place highly in the finals, her striking beauty caught the attention of the fashion industry. She soon signed contracts as a professional model, appeared in lingerie advertisements, and graced the covers of prestigious magazines. But Regina Turner was not just a pretty face. She had brains to match her beauty. According to available records, she was once a third-year chemistry student at the University of Connecticut. However, due to her busy schedule in business and pageantry, she decided to pause her studies. 2. Her beauty pageants weren't just about wearing gorgeous gowns and glittering crowns. They were a platform for women to develop discipline, fitness, and public speaking skills. She also believed that pageants help promote community service and charitable initiatives. Regina's ultimate dream was to become a dentist so she could help underprivileged people in struggling countries. She even enrolled in a dental program at a community college in Farmington and once developed a fashion app which attracted investment from a major backer. A beautiful woman is captivating, but a woman who is both gorgeous and intelligent can be irresistible. It's no surprise that many men fell for her. At an exclusive high-profile party where Han-jo Kim was among the elite guests, he encountered Regina Turner. From the moment he laid eyes on her, he was completely enchanted. That evening, the party was filled with wealthy and powerful individuals, the crème de la crème of high society. Born in 1980, Han-jo Kim is a Korean-American fluent in English, Korean, and Spanish. Coming from a wealthy family, he had access to top-tier education and worked tirelessly to excel academically. His credentials were outstanding. He graduated with a medical degree from Columbia University and pursued further studies at Washington. University. In 2006, he began working at Barnes Jewish Hospital, specializing in spinal surgery. Over the years, he built a reputation for treating complex spinal conditions in both children and adults. Beyond his work in the U.S., Han-Jo Kim also volunteered as a spinal surgeon in Sierra Leone, West Africa. While an average spinal surgeon might encounter 1 or 2 rare cases per year, Han-Jo Kim had successfully performed hundreds of such surgeries. He also led numerous research projects, won global awards, and became a recognized figure in medical conferences and media interviews. In the medical field, he was a star. But Han-Jo Kim wasn't just about work, he also cared deeply about his appearance. He maintained a fit, athletic physique through regular exercise, and his handsome looks and chiseled features only added to his charm. According to the New York Daily News, Han-Jo Kim earned $3.2 million in 2018, around 76 billion VND. His real estate holdings alone were valued at over $9 million, and some estimated his total net worth exceeded $40 million, making him as wealthy as a Vietnamese billionaire. With his striking looks, immense wealth, thriving career, and impressive physique, Han-Jo Kim was the ultimate dream man for many women. Despite attracting countless talented young women, none of them ever truly captivated him. That is, until Regina Turner walked into his life. From the very first moment, she had him under her spell. The more Han-Jo Kim got to know this woman, the more he realized she was truly the ideal life partner. He was certain that Regina was the woman he wanted to marry. Determined to make her his wife, he pursued her passionately and devotedly, and like many wealthy men, he expressed his sincerity in the simplest and most direct way, by showering her with his immense wealth. Regina didn't reject his advances. In November 2015, less than 6 months after they met, Han-Jo Kim could no longer contain himself and proposed to her. Regina happily accepted, and the two prepared for their wedding. On November 27, 2015, wanting to give the woman he loved an unforgettable memory, Han-Jo Kim spent a staggering $2.5 million, equivalent to over 63 billion VND, on an extravagant wedding, both grand and romantic. The guests at the ceremony couldn't hide their envy of this seemingly perfect couple. After their wedding, Han-Jo Kim and his wife embarked on a honeymoon, traveling to Greece, France, Spain, and several other countries. The photos they shared online radiated happiness and love, making others envious of their romance. Some of their friends even left comments under their pictures saying, "You two look absolutely perfect." After their honeymoon, they returned to the U.S. to ensure Regina's comfort. Han-Jo Kim purchased a luxurious $6.5 million apartment, about 164 billion VND, in Manhattan's Upper East Side, a renowned neighborhood for the elite, known for its high-end shopping and vibrant art scene. Naturally, real estate prices in this area were sky-high. Regina had a deep love for traveling. Even after marriage, she maintained her habit of taking long trips, often lasting over 10 days, attending fashion exhibitions, or simply enjoying vacations. To accommodate his wife's passion for travel, Han-Jo Kim even bought a $2.5 million beachfront villa in Long Island. Their marriage seemed to perfectly embody the phrase, "He takes care of making money, while she only needs to stay beautiful." Perhaps it was the joy of having such a stunning wife by his side that fueled Han-Jo Kim's energy and drive. His career flourished, and his wealth continued to grow. By 2020, this extraordinary man had even taken on the role of chairman for an international conference on advanced spinal surgery techniques. Apart from traveling, Regina frequently went on business trips to China, claiming to be developing her fashion app. Each trip lasted several weeks. However, Han-Jo Kim found this project somewhat puzzling. Even after 5 years of marriage, his wife was still in the development phase. Occasionally, he would inquire about the progress or ask about her investors, but Regina always dodged the questions, never giving him a clear answer. Before they married, Han-Jo Kim had once asked Regina how she managed her finances if her business was still in development and she had no stable income. Regina had told him that she had inherited $500,000 from her grandmother and was using that money to support her daily life. After marriage, despite her frequent travels and absences, she seemed to have no other apparent flaws. Since moving in with Han Kim, Regina had changed significantly. She became gentle and affectionate. To Han Kim, just thinking about his wife was enough to ease the stress of his demanding job, yet behind this seemingly perfect marriage lurked dark secrets. After 5 years together, when Han Kim stumbled upon the messages from a strange man to Regina, his first reaction was that she was having an affair. But as he dug deeper, he realized the truth was far more complex and devastating. For 5 whole years, Regina had been leading a double life, one her husband had never suspected. Each time she claimed to be traveling, the glamorous places and exciting experiences she shared online were almost entirely fabricated. In reality, she wasn't traveling at all. She was merely moving to different locations to meet with her wealthy clients. The shocking revelations didn't stop there. Han Kim soon discovered that Regina had been involved in this line of work even before they got married. She had attended Portland High School, but she never took her studies seriously and eventually dropped out, frequenting nightclubs instead. Initially, she worked as a hostess, but before long, she had fully plunged into a lifestyle of vice. This meant that Regina Turner wasn't the intelligent and deep-minded woman Han Kim had believed her to be. At 19, she was arrested for reckless driving and fined $150. Even more astonishing, just 4 days before their wedding, she was sued for failing to pay rent, owing a total of $13,945. After winning the Miss Connecticut title, Regina's social circles grew increasingly complicated. When she first met Han Kim, her initial intention had been to reel in a big fish. However, she hadn't expected that this man would be so serious about her and genuinely want to marry her. In the end, Han Kim became the one to bear the consequences of this ill-fated relationship. Had Regina abandoned her past and truly embraced the role of a devoted wife after marriage, perhaps her secrets would have remained buried forever. But unfortunately, she chose to continue her disgraceful activities, making discovery inevitable. As Han Kim dug deeper, his frustration grew, especially upon realizing that his wife's clientele consisted of some of the most influential figures in society. These included real estate tycoons, renowned designers, successful entrepreneurs, and even prominent political figures. In the end, he could no longer endure the betrayal. He filed for divorce in the Manhattan Supreme Court, submitting a 264-page report detailing the pain and deception he had endured over 5 years of marriage. One of the most shocking revelations in the report was Regina's steady stream of income from multiple sources. Despite having a wealthy husband, she had been making her own money, quite a lot of it. Between 2015 and 2021, a total of $675,030 over 417 billion VND had been deposited into her accounts. Most of this money came from a real estate executive in New Jersey and a famous lighting designer. The real estate executive alone had transferred her $185,500 over the years, with each transaction amounting to around $2,000, roughly $14,000 Chinese yuan. When adding up the payments, it was clear that they had met at least 90 times. Meanwhile, the lighting designer had sent her over $116,000, and their meetings numbered around 50. On top of that, multiple other transactions from various personal accounts had also been deposited into Regina's bank account, painting an undeniable picture of her double life. In his divorce report, Han Kim expressed his disbelief at how a highly successful spinal surgeon with a generous heart toward his wife could be so bitterly betrayed. He was certain that if Regina had not deceived him from the beginning, he would never have married her. To him, her actions amounted to a serious fraud, filling him with rage. As details of the case emerged, the divorce scandal sent shockwaves across the U.S., sparking heated discussions among the public. Some internet users even dug up an old interview of Regina during her beauty pageant days. In the clip, she confidently stated that she had never used online dating apps. People sarcastically joked that it was because she preferred offline, real-life dating instead. When asked about her stance on artistic photography, she claimed she never participated in such photo shoots because they made her uncomfortable. Social. Media erupted with laughter, mocking her words. Unlike Han-jo Kim's emotional response, Regina remained remarkably calm as the truth unraveled. It was as if she had anticipated this day would come. She neither cried nor showed any signs of regret. But what was even more intriguing was that she could have lived a peaceful life without ever facing such a downfall. She had a winning hand but played it disastrously wrong. What exactly had she been thinking? Just as the case was about to proceed to a public trial, a surprising turn of events took place. On July 26, 2021, Han-jo Kim and Regina Turner suddenly reached a private settlement outside of court. As part of this settlement, the division of assets was swiftly finalized. The very next day, on July 27th, an intriguing report surfaced in the media. According to journalists, Regina Turner had 586 followers on social media. However, among them were several high-profile individuals, including Donald Trump Jr., the eldest, son of former President Trump, who had interacted with and liked her posts. The abrupt settlement raised suspicion. Could Han-jo Kim really forgive the humiliation he endured for 5 long years so easily? However, one must consider that he not only possessed undeniable evidence of his wife's betrayal, but also had access to a list of her elite clientele in New York's upper circles. If the case had gone to trial, these names could have been exposed, potentially triggering a massive scandal in both political and business spheres. Of course, this is just speculation. The real reason behind the settlement remains known only to those involved. Regardless, the controversy had come to an end. After the divorce, Han-jo Kim was clearly wounded by the experience. He deleted all romantic photos from his social media and refused to grant any interviews about the case, never wanting to mention Regina Turner's name again. It seemed he only wished to move on and bury the painful memories of his past. In January 2023, Palestine Doctors Hospital in New York hosted a charity cycling event at Manhattanville College. The event aimed to raise funds for musculoskeletal research and patient care, attracting sports stars, doctors, and members of the local community. In the published event photos, people spotted Han-jo Kim. He now sported a beard, his skin still healthy and radiant, exuding masculinity and strength. Wearing a helmet, cycling with confidence, he looked like a man who had completely moved on from the shadows of his past marriage. He had returned to his work in spinal surgery, continuing his life's purpose. Meanwhile, Regina Turner had disappeared from the public eye entirely.